An 85-year-old mystery novelist named David collapsed in his room. The police investigated the scene and ruled it a suicide, but who would choose such a brutal and bloody way to end their own life? Shortly after the incident, a detective received an anonymous letter hiring him to investigate the real killer behind the case. When he came to question David's family members, he discovered that this family's harmony was nothing more than a facade. The day before the incident, David had caught his eldest son-in-law cheating. David had fired his youngest son from the company. David's second daughter-in-law had been embezzling money from him and got caught. And David's eldest grandson had a huge fight with him the night before his death. But when the detective questioned them, every single person lied. However, their descriptions of that fateful night were surprisingly consistent. David had celebrated his 85th birthday. After the party, David returned to his room and had his nurse give him his injection. At midnight, after the nurse left, David collapsed. The nurse was the last person to see David alive, but she was kind-hearted and sweet, never having hurt anyone. Yet she had one fatal flaw: she vomited whenever she lied. The nurse had a good relationship with David, not just his patient and caregiver, but his friends. So she knew all the ugly secrets of this family. When the detective came to question her, she threw up several times, confirming all the family's various conflicts. Next, the detective began asking her about the story of that night, and in the nurse's mind, we saw the truth behind this case. That evening, David had playfully knocked over the chessboard like a child, spilling everything on the table onto the floor, including his 2 bottles of medicine. The nurse then picked up the medication to give David his injection. After she finished administering it, she realized she had mistakenly given him painkillers instead of anti-inflammatory medication. What made her panic even more was that she was supposed to inject 3 milligrams of painkiller but had injected 100 milligrams instead. With such a high purity drug, just 5 milligrams could be dangerous. The old man tried to comfort her, telling her not to panic, because if the antidote was administered within 10 minutes, the drug could be flushed from his system. But the girl grew increasingly frantic because the antidote that should have been in the medical kit was suddenly nowhere to be found. The man could see her worry. After all, wealthy people like him typically lived in remote country estates. Given the circumstances, the man knew someone must be trying to kill him, and the unlucky girl had simply become the murderer's tool. But the girl still didn't want to give up hope. She picked up the phone, but the old man suddenly hung it up. He told the nurse to listen carefully to every word he was about to say, because only this way could he help clear her of murder charges.